Let me know if you can hear me now. That was pretty pointless of me trying to commentate. I had my mic muted in the actual settings. So yeah, I was just saying that it was pretty close between the top three for the first part of that qualifying. So we'll see how the race goes. Obviously, top 10 is reversed for the sprint. So only two people are starting on the soft tyres, that is Harold and Clay. We'll see how them two get on. Obviously they need to make moves early on, try and build a bit of a gap before the medium tyres become better tyres. We'll keep an eye on them two. What I am interested in though is how Nerf Pack was 9.9 seconds off the pace. Shocking. We're right on board with Harold into turn one. There's 5 red lights out, and away we go. Harold gets a mega start, pops up the inside of Max. Has to take it off track, which has given Clay the free position there. Clay is now all over the back of Max. Too wide through the S's seems pretty optimistic. We'll see how that goes. Looks like everyone got away fairly cleanly in turn one. Although we have a yellow flag. Can't see who that was for. Everyone seemed to have got away fairly well there. So we'll see what Clay and Harold can do on the softer compounder tyre. Looks like Clay might be lining up a move on Max. He has. He's down the inside now into the heavy braking zone, probably the heaviest braking zone on the track. Going around the outside of Max now. Max is fighting it all the way. Clay's going to have the inside for the next corner. Gets the move done. So let's see if Clay can pull that gap. Just make use of them tyres early on. He's pulled 6-7 tenths already. He's almost a second out. Harold now goes down the inside of Max into turn 1. Max has to go off the track. Just slots in behind. That's a good idea. Clay looks like he's checking out early on. Wookie's staying tight to Max as well. Obviously you're one of your championship contenders. The other championship leader at the moment is Oliver. He's down in 8th. Let's see if he can make up a few positions. Clean start so far though. Looks like someone's making a move. Max looks to make a move on Harold. Harold's going to have the inside line. There's a bit of contact there between, it looked like Wookie and Max. Just Wookie getting a little bit caught out. Doesn't seem to have cost anyone anything. Yeah, I agree there, Dan. That's a great start from everyone. Nice and clean. It looks like Max and Harold is going to have to start working together. As Nat picks up a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, it looks like Max and Harold, or Wookie and Harold, whoever, going to have to start using their DRS to try and catch back up to Clay, because he is checking out now, 2.1 seconds ahead. Wookie goes around the outside of Max, slight bit of contact. Looks like they're gonna, yeah, it's a good decision from Wookie there. I thought they were going to go too wide for the S's. It's always going to be difficult. Didn't realise too much happening. Toby and Oliver going side by side. Oliver seems to get the move done there. Not an easy place to make an overtake, but gets it done. Wookie looks like he's picked up a 3-second penalty as well. Here we go then. Wookie's pushing Max through that last corner. Max looks to be defending this. Wookie down the inside then. Gets the move done. Now he's got his sights set on Harold. Max is trying to fight it though. There's a little bit of contact there between two drivers. Don't know who that was. Luke looks to be attacking Toby. Oliver's dropped down a couple of positions. He may have had a bit of an issue. There's Northern Nat, I think that was. Oh, we've got a spinner. It looks like that was Rapid. Rapid has a bit of an issue. It looked like Nat was looking to the inside of Oliver. Couldn't get the move done, and that has cost him a little bit of time to the cars ahead. Not really too much going on at the moment. Looks like the race is just settling. Harold can't seem to shake Wookie off, so I wonder whether the soft tyres are going to start going off this lap or next lap, as Rapid picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. Wookie looks to be lining up a move on Harold. It looks like he's going to get it done into the heavy braking zone, and that's him alongside and past. And that's another position picked up for Wookie. Closest car at the moment is looking like making an overtake appears to be, or was, Toby. Luke looking racy, but obviously it's difficult in a big DRS train to get past. So we'll see if he can get anything done. Well, anyway, is looking to line up a move. Goes down the inside of Max, gets the move done. So that's well anyway, up to 4th position. Mechanical now looking to make a move on Max as well. This Chip picks up 3 seconds worth of time penalties as well. So does Oliver Ritchie. I think Toby picked one up then as well. Looks like drivers are starting to struggle. Not an easy place for track limits. So we'll see what happens towards the end of this race, but it could cost them guys quite a bit being so close to one another. Looks like a fairly clean start to this sprint race, which is always good to see. Toby's still looking to find a way past Mechanical. Looks like he's got the better exit out that last corner. He's going to go look for the inside, but decides to back out. Mechanical leaves space anyway. Good driving from Mechanical there. Toby can't get it done. That so far looks like the closest battle we've got. Clay's still 3 seconds out in front, but that gap is fluctuating. Toby makes a mistake, and that's going to open the door up to Luke behind. Has he got the wings to make the overtake? It looks like he has. In the slipstream of Toby. Down the inside he goes. Who's going to have the better exit? Luke's going to have the outside line. Going to look for the switchback. Can't quite get it done. Good defensive driving there from Toby. Just closes them out, holds the position once again, but has now lost DRS to the cars ahead, so that's going to make his life tough. As I say that, he's back in it. Is he going to get DRS? It looks like he probably will this lap, but that all come from a mistake from Toby, just running himself a little bit wide just before the long straight. Looks like he's closing on the back of Oliver. Nerf pack as well, trying to make up a few positions after his horror qualifying. As Nat picks up another 3-second time penalty for track limits. So that gap is slowly creeping down between Wookie and Clay. Was at 3 seconds a lap ago, it's now at 2.5. Let's see if Clay can just eke out the pace, as we've got a few moves being done. Mechanical managed to get a move done on Max. Luke finally gets the move done on Toby. Let's see if he can now hunt down Max. We have a bit of a task to get back in that DRS of Maxo. Looks like he's just about back in it at the moment. Let's see if that's still the case. Going into the long straight. Let's just have a look at the penalties for you guys. So Wookie's currently on 3 seconds worth of time penalties, Toby's on 3, Oliver 3, Nat 6, Chip 3 and Rapid 6. Position changes then. Clay's up 3, Wookie's up 3, Max is down 5. So that gap now between Wookie and Clay is just 2.2 seconds. It's taken another 3/10 out of Clay. We'll see if Clay can hold his nerve. As Harold gets 3 seconds, that's terrible, Harold. Sort it out, mate. Well, anyway, it looks like he's going to probably get the run on Harold as well. I'd imagine them tyres have well gone their sell by date. Not going to make the move this time around. He's not quite close enough. As I say, that is still trying to make the move. Oh, he looks like he might get the better drive, doesn't this time around though. Good evening, Halsey. As Wookie picks up another 3 seconds worth of time penalties, that now means he's on 6. So Clay's got a bit of a buffer even if he does get overtaken. So Wookie, no, Harold goes defensive. Which is now starting to open up the door for these guys behind. As Kane picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. Looks like this might be a done deal for Well Anyway this time around. Don't think Harold got DRS that time around. Might be wrong. No, he didn't. No, he didn't that time around. Oh, someone was making a late move there. Max, it appears, had a bit of an issue with Colin. Not too sure what happened there. Well, that's Max down another few positions, giving Colin a position, and it's now giving Luke, Toby, Oliver and Nat a free position. Harold's just about trying to hold on. Wookie gets another 3 seconds worth of time penalties. That means he's on 9 seconds. Everyone looking like they're being fairly well behaved. As Mechanical picks up 3 seconds worth of time penalties as well. Just 6 drivers out of the 15 that haven't picked up a time penalty so far. But it looks like, as Chip picks up another 3 seconds, it looks like Well Anyway has got the move done on Harold this time around. Mechanical is trying to have a go as well. Luke having a little look up the inside of Mechanical. So we are on the final lap. Been a very solid drive from Clay. Good strategy call. Let's see if he can continue that on this final lap. Mechanical just has such better grip than Harold. Obviously Harold on them 11 lap old softs. Looks like he's probably going to get the better drive out of this corner as well, all the way down this straight. See if he can make use of it. Harold goes defensive to the inside. Looks like he's going to start challenging Well Anyway. He does. Doesn't get the better drive though. Oh, as Mechanical just taps him. Is Mechanical going to give the position back? Doesn't look like it. Just decides to tap Harold out the way. So there we go then. Wookie did bring the gap back in, but it's not going to be enough. Clay takes P1, Wookie P2 on track. He's going to drop Well Anyway P2. Luke P3, Max P4, Harvey P5, Nerf P6, Harold P7, Mechanical P8, Toby P9, Oliver P10, Wookie P11, Nat P12. Just double check the results for you guys. So yeah, Clay P1, Well Anyway P2, Luke P3, Max P4, Harvey P5, Nerf P6, Harold P7, Colin P8, Toby P9, Oliver P10, Wookie P11, Nat P12, Chip P13, Kane P14, and Rapid rounding out the top 15. Obviously, Wookie P2 on track has dropped down to P11 with that 9 seconds worth of time penalty. That's just how close the field was. It looked like a fairly clean race from my perspective. just forming up on the grid. We have 5 red lights and we are out for feature race underway. Toby looks making the move on Oliver. A little bit of contact into turn 1. So Nat starts on the softs, Toby softs, Mechanical softs, Harold, Harvey, Rapid, Chip, Kane softs as Wookie picks up 3 seconds worth of time penalties already. Not even a lap in. Everyone else is on the medium tyre. See how them strategy pays off for everyone. It doesn't look like Nat's used too much of his tyres early on. You can see Luke is now in the slipstream of Nat. So we'll see what happens. Toby's just fell off the back of the top 2 at the moment. He's going to be looking to get back in their DRS. Looks like a fairly clean start from a comms point of view. It'll be interesting to see what strategies everyone's going to go for, how early or late they're going to pit. Obviously I'd imagine the soft tyre runners will try and pit as early as they can to get such a big undercut on the medium runners, but as we've seen with F2, the tyres are fairly similar in duration. Sometimes it's not always as simple as that, and without the use of ERS sometimes it's not easy to get such a good in lap or out lap. There's someone going off track there, I didn't see who that was, but Luke has got DRS on Nat. Just going to keep him there for the time being. Oliver looks like he's lining up a move on Toby, goes down the outside of Toby, turning back into the inside, gets the move done. And that's now opened the door for Mechanical to start having a little attack on Toby as well. They have now lost 2 seconds to the cars ahead. It's going to be tough to get back into their DRS. See what happens. Luke is close to the back of Nat now. Looks like he might have a little look into turn 1. We'll see what happens here. Looks like he's not going to quite be close enough this time around. He might have a try on the long straight if he can stay close enough to him. Let's have a look at the position changes for you lot. Clay's up 1, well anyway up 1, Chip up 2. Looks like Harold's down 2. Wookie picks up another 3 seconds worth of penalties. There's 6 seconds already. There you go, Daniel. I did already do this at the start, by the way. Looks like Luke might have a little look here. He is. He's going to the outside. And that breaks deep. just able to use the grip on them soft compound tyres for the time being. Luke making him use that soft compound, which might hinder him towards the end of this stint, but we'll have to wait and see on that. There's not too many battles going on at the moment. We will keep an eye on things though. Oliver is slowly closing in on the back of Luke. He's taken about 4 tenths out over the past lap or so. He will be hoping. He will be hoping to close up even more in the coming laps. DRS seems to be really important here for obviously the overtaking reasons. Clay is just 2 tenths off the back of Mechanical. Looks like he might have got the better run there. Who's making a move there? Luke goes down the inside of Nat, which is going to turn to the outside for the next lot of corners. Brakes early and looks for the switch back, and it looks like he's probably going to get it done. He's going to be on the outside for the next set of corners. Brakes early again. Can't quite make the move stick this time around, but again he's making Nat use the tyres a lot more than probably he has. Again, this is allowing Oliver to close back up on the back of them, so they just have to bear that in mind. Oliver obviously being your championship leader at the moment. Luke again looks to the inside, gets alongside, just giving each other room. This is good, fair racing from both of these guys. This looks to be the closest battle. Oliver looks to have got back into the DRS of these two ahead, so that could cause some issues. Wookie with another 3 seconds worth of penalties. Nerf Pack with 3 seconds worth of penalties as well. Nerf Pack, the F2 version of Osso Bosso. Yeah, I agree, they're done. Yeah, that was a little bit silly of them two guys, obviously fighting so hard. They have now brought in Oliver and possibly Toby. Then Luke gets the move done this time around. So we'll see if he can create any sort of gap to the cars behind now. Any more fighting, that's going to bring everyone from P1 down to P8 back into a DRS train. So obviously they had a 2-second gap over Oliver, and now that has evaporated just from a couple of early moves as Nat pits. It's an early pit stop, I'd say. There's a couple of guys have pitted, so Nat has pitted. Stop for it to Mechanical's pitted, so is Toby. So we'll see what happens with them guys and where they filter out when everyone else starts to pit. Luke's now in clear air. He looks to have got that gap back up to Oliver. It's now at 1.5 seconds. Doesn't appear to be too much actually happening elsewhere. Clay is up to P3 at the moment with them pit stops. So we'll be looking to use a bit of clean air as well. Rapid picks up 3 seconds worth of time penalties. Let's have a look at the penalties view lot. So Wookiees on 9, Rapid on 3, Nerf Pack on 3. So it'll be interesting to see when these guys pull the pin to jump in for their pit stops off the mediums to the softs. Right now is obviously way too early, but we'll see what happens. We'll keep a close eye on that. Well, anyway, it looks to be lining up a move on Wookie, as we've got another couple of people pitting. We've got Rapid, Harold and Harvey. Harold picks up 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. The post-race debrief that I'm going to give Harold after this race is not going to be pretty, so I apologise to the viewers in advance. Absolutely shocking. So I'm not 100% sure, as Nerf Pack picks up another 3 seconds worth of penalties. Good work, Nerf. I'm not too sure how long you need here for a pit stop in F2. I'd imagine it's around about the 20 odd second mark. Probably longer than that, to be fair. So we'll keep an eye on that gap to the leaders. Obviously the leaders at the moment are going to have the fresher tyres when they come out, but are they going to have the laps left to be able to make the moves? Wookie and Well Anyway are having a little battle. So Well Anyway has got the better Wookie that time around. Nerf and Chip going at it. Chip manages to keep the position, or as Nerf comes back at him. Decent little move there from Nerf. Chip decides to pit off. As Wookie picks up 10 seconds worth of penalties, speeding in the pit lane, and decides to retire from the session. So that is our first pit and quit of the season. There's obviously quite a few gaps going on at the moment. So like I say, there's not too much going on track. Quite a few big gaps opening up. Looks like Luke has currently got a 24-second lead over Northern Nat, or Weird 45 if you want to call him that. Oliver decides to make use of them softer compounds for the next 7 laps. He's jumped into the pits to make his pit stop. Let's see where he filters out. Rapid picks up another 3 seconds left time penalty. Who's he going to come out ahead of Nat? Looks like he probably is. He'll be close on exit. And that makes the move on him. So I think that was around about a 24-second gap to make that pit work. Toby and Oliver are now racing as Oliver comes out the pits. Oliver looked to be trying to make the move on Toby down the inside of the S's. Didn't quite get it done there. And this is actually your closest battle at the moment on track. Kane picked up 3 seconds worth of time penalties. So when does Luke decide to pull the plug and make his pit stop? Oliver is lining up a move on Toby. Down the inside he goes. Gets the move done nicely. Now we can use all that tyre to try and close back up to Nat. There is a 5.5 second gap at the moment. Luke has pit. Let's see where this brings him out then. Luke and Clay have pit at the same time. Nat's now coming around the final corner. Luke has still not got his tyres on his car just yet. Off he goes. It's going to be tight on exit. And out he comes. The gap is going to be over a second, I'd imagine. Yeah, it is almost 4 seconds. Can Luke reel him back in now? Oliver back into the DRS of Luke. So that's going to help him out. See if these two can now work together to bridge that gap to Nat. Obviously they've got Luke's got 4 lap fresher tyres than Nat. Oliver has 3 lap fresher tyres than Nat. So we'll see if there's absolutely anything that these two can do now. There's only 3 drivers that I can see that are yet to pit, and that's Nerf, Max, and Well Anyway. So in my opinion, it would be stupid for Luke and Oliver to start battling each other really hard here. Their main aim is just to catch back up to the back of Nat, and then see what can happen from there as Max jumps into the box to make his pit stop. As Nat pits up 3 seconds worth of time penalties, that could be costly. Nerf Pack decides to pit as well, so it just leaves Well Anyway out on the last of the non-pit stops. They've taken about 7/10 out of Nat in that lap. Probably going to need a little bit more than that if they're going to overtake him on track. Taking another second out of Nat. Could get tight towards the end. Obviously we don't know whether Nat's time penalty will come off or not, so it's better to try and get him on track than it is to rely on that time penalty. Clay comes out in P7, so he's going to want to make use of the tyre. We have a yellow flag somewhere, as that's Harold. It's going from bad to worse for Harold at the moment. Luke's now 1.5 seconds off the back of Nat. It's probably not going to be as close as what I probably thought. Max is trying to line up a move on Harvey. Can't get it done that time around though. Back onto this battle between the top three. I think Luke just about missed out on DRS that time around. I think Oliver missed out on DRS as well that time around. I'm not 100% sure. Let's have a look. Yeah, he did. Did Luke? Yeah, Luke did as well. But he is definitely going to get it on this next lap. Just going to make his job a lot easier. But how long are them soft tyres going to last? Is the question. So we've got a yellow flag. Not 100% sure who that is. Well, anyway, decides to pit. Max with 3 seconds worth of time penalties. Let's get the penalties up for you guys. Nat with 3, Max with 6, Rapid with 6, Nerf with 6, Kane with 3, and Harold with 10. Well, anyway, has dropped all the way back to P10 after his late pit stop. So Rapid is in the box as well. So let's see if Luke makes this move then on the next pit straight. DRS and slipstream, fresher tyres, should be a pretty easy move for him. It is. It's done before the apex. As Mechanical's made it past Toby, and that is bringing Clay back into things. Clay has fresher tyres than both of those guys ahead. Let's see if he can make use of them tyres. Really solid races from Clay, both in the sprint and now the feature. So Oliver is back within the DRS of Nat. So see if he can now get the move done as well. Doesn't look like it's going to be close enough this time around, which is not. Luke is just opening up that gap. Claire's all over the back of Toby. Can he make use of these tyres before they start to go off a bit? Apart from those battles, there's not too much going on in terms of action. Doesn't look like Oliver's going to be close enough into turn 1 either this time around. So is Oliver going to be close enough into the braking zone this time around to make a move? Same with Clay on Toby. Soon I'll find that one out. Oliver is gaining on that all the time. I think it's better of it that time around. Sensible driving there. Doesn't look like Clay's going to be close enough either, he's not. So again, we will keep an eye on that. So here we go then, on to the final lap of the F2 race round Cota, of the feature race. See if Oliver can finally make this move on that, and whether Clay can finally make that move on Toby. Although Toby looks like he's probably going to be challenging Mechanical, to be fair. Oh, as Oliver picks up 3 seconds worth of time penalties as well. So now making that move on Nat is going to be even more vital for him to pick up an extra place. Oh, what's going on here? Still don't think Oliver's going to be close enough this time around. He's not. Chip picks up 3 seconds worth of time penalties. Oh, as Oliver runs into the back of Northern Nat. Not ideal. Is Clay going to get the move done? He's not. I feel like that was the last chance for Clay and Toby both to make the move on Mechanical. As Nerf Pack was side by side with someone, I think. So there we go then. Luke takes P1, Nat finishes in P2, Oliver P3, Mechanical's going to come home in P4, Toby comes home in P5, Clay P6, good drive that again from Clay. Max comes home in P7, that then changes to P9, so it's Harvey P7, Well Anyway P8, Max P9, Nerf P10, Chip comes home in P11, Kane P12, Rapid P13, and Harold P14. Oh, what is going on here? I can't get the race results up. Brilliant. Someone needs to grab race results if you can hear me. Sweet as a nut. Sweet. Right, let's get your podium sitters into... Come on. Let's try and get your podium guys into chat. Oh, still my nothing now.
Alright, buddy.
Hello, mate.
Oh dear, sweaty.
Just sent out a couple of invites to Oliver and Luke, so we'll just give it a couple of minutes for Oliver to see if he joins us.
Oliver doesn't normally join them.
Okay, mate, just give us 2 seconds. Right, I am joined by your P1 and P2. Obviously, we will start with Nat first in P2. Good drive from you, Nat. Obviously, early call to swap the tyres. Was that always your plan, or was it just something to try a little bit differently to try and catch Luke out?
I always go for the undercut, but it said lap 7 and my tyres were fried by the time I pitted. I think it were on about 68% front left.
Nice.
And normally I'll wait until like Luke's past me, and then I'll pit that lap because I know I'm losing too much time. Came out quite far ahead, but Luke were rapid on those soft tyres, so I would never holding on to that.
Yeah, obviously from my point of view, I kind of thought it was trying something a little bit differently to try and obviously gain as much time as you could on Luke. Again, solid result for you. Obviously, probably a little bit lucky with Oliver picking up that 3-second penalty as well behind you. But solid race from you nonetheless.
Yeah, cheers. I saw that 3-second penalty pop up for Oliver, and I've never been so happy. Like, I was one warning off of another 3 seconds for like the last 7 laps. So I were like really concentrating, but these guys are very, very fast. It's never an easy race.
Yeah, no, you two were having half a decent battle. Obviously, once Luke decided to disappear off into the sunset, you guys were having a half decent battle. I know Oliver had a little look up the inside of you a couple of times, but obviously you defended well. But again, mate, it's a good result in the end. P2. Should be happy with the result.
Yeah, cheers with it.
Now well, I don't even know if I want to do this one. Jesus Christ.
I don't want to either, mate.
No.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.
Luke, talk us through it then, mate. Obviously, solid drive again from you. I thought Nat was probably going to try and pull away on the soft tyres, try and gain a bit of a gap, but you just stayed with him the whole time. Talk us through it from your perspective.
Yeah, that was the whole point, to stay with him for the first lap until I get into DRS, and then he made it difficult for me to pass him when I was on mediums. I can't remember if I passed him before he went into the pits or if he went into the pits and then I passed him. But yeah, he did a good job defending it for the first few laps anyway. But yeah, that was my objective: drop Toby, drop Oliver, and stay with his DRS, and yeah, worked out. Pushed it a bit too much because I picked up a warning on the first lap, but through the S's, but that was the whole, second lap actually. But that was it. As soon as I had the DRS, I felt good.
Yeah, obviously in the end it was a good drive and a good result from you. But obviously when you and Nat were battling, you ended up losing almost 2 seconds to Oliver behind, and at that point I kind of thought, oh, that could be something that hinders you in the end. But obviously once you got on them soft tyres, you never looked back and you were just rapid.
Well, I was actually I was contemplating whether to let Nat through and just let him go whilst holding Oliver, because I knew I'd get the position due to his penalty. But yeah, it was just 2 little laps and I didn't know if it was really going to work out, and then Oliver got really close to Nat. But my whole objective towards the end was to try and let Nat through in the end, let him go, pick that position back up, but hold Oliver so that he doesn't pick up an extra point in the championship. But then I thought, fuck it, I'll just finish the race.
Yeah, no, it was a good call from you in the end, mate. And like I say, another good result from you. Obviously, you've been there or thereabouts every race you've been in so far. But yeah, once again, good.
Enjoy myself here.
You're showing really good pace. Obviously, shame you can't translate that into F1 pace, but F2 pace is pretty quick. Obviously, like I say, you're there or thereabouts every race, so it's good. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers for the battle, Matt.
No problem, mate. Good race.
See you next week.
See you later.
And that will conclude our stream this evening. Obviously, hopefully you all can join us next week, same time, for round number 12 at Azerbaijan, which will obviously be an interesting one, tight street circuit. But again, thanks for joining me this evening, and hopefully we'll see you hopefully this weekend, if not definitely next Tuesday.